Hey there, hi there, ho there, Disney friends! Today is exactly 60 days until we are booked to go to Walt Disney World, which means today is the day our dining reservation booking window opens. So I'm getting ready to book my dining and I would love you to join me.
Plan everything. Plan everything.
Previously, booking windows opened up 180 days in advance, but since Walt Disney World has reopened following the COVID closure, it's now 60 days in advance at the time I'm filming this. And yes, let's address the elephant in the room. There is a very good chance that we will not be going on this trip because yes, the borders are still shut. I've addressed my thoughts and feelings and stresses surrounding this, but we're just going to throw a tea towel over that elephant and ignore it for today because there's nothing I can do about it. And I've done a video all about those stresses if you want to have a look. Once your booking window opens, you can book for the first day of your trip and 10 days after that, or the length of your trip. Now we're going for 13 days, but we've actually got two bookings. We've got 7 days in one hotel and 6 days in another. So unfortunately for us, they're classed as two separate bookings. So I'm only going to be able to book for the first 7 days today, and then I'll go back next week and book for the other 6 days after that. This gives you an advantage if you're staying in a Disney hotel, because you get that sort of 7 to 10 days before anybody else can book it. But in other ways, it's a disadvantage because that happens for everyone who's staying at a Disney hotel. The first day of my trip, there's already been 9 days worth of batches of people able to book that. And some of the restaurants I'm trying to book are extremely difficult to get into. So the timing of that will come into play. You book through My Disney Experience and you can do that on your app on your smartphone or tablet, or you can do it through the website. I will probably have 2 devices on the go just in case, because if there's any problem with the Wi-Fi or anything crashes, I like to be able to quickly switch between. You want to make sure that's set up properly, that you've got all the members of your group on your My Disney Experience in advance, and most importantly, that you've got your credit or debit card information on there. Now, you won't be charged for making these dining reservations, but you do get charged a no-show fee if you don't turn up for a dining reservation. So you can't book a dining reservation without putting credit card information on there for that reason. I like to have a little play around with that before my booking window opens, just to make sure I've got everything as I want it. You can book restaurants that are not in Disney parks, for example, ones that are in the hotels, without a Disney ticket. So you can book those at any time. And I just like to check that the booking's going through, that I've got everybody on my account correctly. And it was a good job I did do that this time because I hadn't put the +44 in front of my phone number. So I had to waste valuable seconds filling that in. So just have a little try before your booking window opens and make sure you know your way around the website and make sure everything's as you want it. Now for the fun part. Which restaurants am I planning on booking? Well, the first one I want to book is the one I am probably not going to get. We would love to start our holiday with a meal at Chef Mickey's in the Contemporary Resort. It's just a 5-minute walk to get to the Magic Kingdom. We know we'll be up early because we know the time difference gives you weird sleeping patterns. So we'd love to get sort of a 7 a.m. character breakfast in, meet Minnie and Mickey and Donald and Goofy, fill ourselves up with bacon and waffles, and then head into the theme park. Now, the thing is, there's not many character meals running at the moment because of COVID, so the demand has doubled for this one meal because there's no other character meals, and yet the availability has halved because of social distancing, and as a result it's become as difficult as getting Glastonbury tickets. And because it's on the first day of our trip, that means anyone booking trips the week before has already been able to pick over those reservations. So I think we're going to be very lucky if we're able to get that. That's one of the reasons I want to be on there bang on 10 a.m. Now, we do have backup plans. If I can't get that for the first day, I'm going to try and get it for the last day, which should be a lot easier to get because I'll get first dibs on that. And it'll be a nice way to bookend our trip before we get on the Magical Express home. And in which case, I will book the Grand Floridian Cafe for that first morning, and that's a lot easier to get. The next one on our list is going to be a very similar story, and that's Topolino's Terrace. On the 5th day of our trip, it is my birthday. So I get to choose, and I would like a character breakfast then as well. This time I really want to do the one at Topolino's Terrace in the Riviera Resort, so that then we can get the Skyliner into Epcot and spend the day enjoying the Flower and Garden Festival. Again, character breakfasts are very hard to get into these days. I've a little more hope than that because it's later on in our trip, but I have heard it can be very difficult, so fingers crossed for that one too. Then that brings us on to our Hollywood Studios bookings. Now, we've got 2 days planned for Hollywood Studios, and it would be the 4th and the 6th day, and we've got 2 things we really want. Hugh is very keen on going to Sci-Fi Dining, which is quite difficult, not impossible, but it's a quite popular restaurant, so that's difficult to get into. And we all really want to experience Ogre's Cantina, which is in Galaxy's Edge, and it's based on the cantina from A New Hope on Tatooine. Ogre's Cantina, very difficult reservation to get because it's a bar with limited seating. So when they've created a socially distanced version, there's hardly any seating in there. They limit you to 45 minutes and then you're out. It's drinks only. So that's going to be tough. However, over those 2 Hollywood Studios days, we don't really care when we do either of those things, so we can be a bit flexible. What I'll do is I'll start with Ogre's Cantina and I'll just get any time I can. I've got 2 days to go out, doesn't matter if it's evening, morning, afternoon, and then I will try for Sci-Fi Dining, and I'll try either of the 2 days for lunch and then either of the 2 days for dinner, and then I'll probably start looking at weird times like 2 p.m, 11:30, whatever, to try get in. So as long as we get there, we don't really care when. So those are the 4 reservations that we've kind of got set in stone in our diary because they're linked to theme park reservations or birthdays or things like that. But then we've got some others. Beaches and Cream, which is in the boardwalk area and it's at the beach club. Really want to go there. I don't really care when. So I'm going to look at what gaps we've got in the diary, look what's available. We might even go the 2nd week to that one. And my plan is, because we don't know when we want to go, I might book 2 or 3 separate reservations. And then as our plans solidify a little bit, I'll cancel 2. So we're just left with the one we want. So it's a little bit cheeky for everyone else, but it does mean that we've got that kind of anchored in. Similar to that is we've got a big dinosaur fan amongst us. Is a 3-year-old boy, so it's inevitable Peter will want to go to Terrace. So that's in Disney Springs. So if we do that, it will probably be a dinner time evening reservation, but it doesn't really matter what day. We'll go after a theme park. The last one is Whispering Canyon Cafe. When we leave Coronado Springs, we will be booking into Wilderness Lodge, and I thought it would be really nice the first night we get there to have a meal in the restaurant. So for the final day of this lot of booking, I'll try get into Whispering Canyon Cafe. So that's it. I've talked quite a while now, so it's nearly time to go downstairs and get set up for the actual booking. My game plan is not to go in chronological order, but to go in the order of the most difficult reservations to get. So it's going to go Chef Minnie, Chef Mickey, Topolino's Terrace, Ogre's Cantina, Sci-Fi Dining, and then the rest I'll just kind of play with at the end. All of these can be modified and cancelled at a later date, so if I change my mind, I can just go on the app and juggle things around. Anything I can't get, I will continue to try and get right up to the point that we leave on the aeroplane. I can just keep refreshing the app, checking every day, see if a reservation comes up, and when it does, I'll spring on it. But the best outcome for me today is that I get everything I want in the diary. Boom. Let's go do this.
Plan everything.
Right, I'm getting ready to go now. I've got fuel. I've got my laptop, I've got my phone, I'm on My Disney Experience on my phone, and just in case I've got my iPad, because you never know which piece of technology is just going to disable you now. Just logged into everything ready, and I noticed on my phone it's already showing the 8 days available, even though it's just 10:15. If I just do a dummy booking, scroll through to the days. But if I click on those days and then try search, it just comes up with a problem message. So bang on 10 o'clock, those days will start working. I was prepared for that. Let's get rid of you. It's 10 o'clock this time. Now, usually it's 11 o'clock because it's 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, but they do their daylight savings hours 2 weeks before we do. So we've just fallen down that crack when there's only actually 4 hours difference between Greenwich Mean Time and Eastern Standard Time. So for this 2 weeks, I have to log on at 10 o'clock, but next week it would have been 11 o'clock. So make sure you check what time it is that you need to be logging on. Right, okay, we've got 3 minutes to go. My computer has been really slow today. I just did a couple of dummy bookings of things at different dates, and it's taking ages buffering. So I might be using my phone quite a bit. I've got everything written down here. No spreadsheets today, that's not very Lucy-ish. I've got it all handwritten, ready to mark off in order of difficulty to get. I heard on a forum this week that people are struggling to get high numbers, like of 6 people, but bookings of 5 people and less seem to be easier to get. And then you go in and you modify the booking and add an extra person, and apparently that's easier. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to be trying to get bookings for 5 people instead of 6. And one of our people is a very tiny little person. So I'm sure that they'd be able to pull up a high chair or something, even if we couldn't put on the extra person. That's my tactic. Right, 9:59. So we're down to staring at the clock and getting ready to click. I've already clicked the 22nd on here. I'm just going to get ready to click breakfast as soon as I see the clock change. And on this, unfortunately, I can't get the dates up until 10 o'clock. So I'm going to go click breakfast and change dates on here. It's fun though. I live for moments like this. Ha! There we go. There we go. Is it going through? This hasn't gone through. Now then, we're on here. Nothing for Chef Mickey, so I'm moving on. Topolino's Terrace on the 26th for breakfast. There we go. Yes! 7:40, that's a bit early, but I'm going to book it. Then hopefully something else will come up later. Right, let's click refresh on this so I can have that going again. No! Chef Mickey for the 26th. What? What the heck? Oh, should I get it? Is Topolino's there? This isn't letting me go. Oh, it is. It is. 5 search times. Oh, this is just nightmarish. I think that it's just going this quickly. This is what's going. In this time that it's taking to buffer, somebody else is getting the time. Crikey. What the heck? What's with all the buffering, iPhone? Right, 26th. See guys, this. See if they've got it on here. No, they haven't. Right, let's go for Chef Mickey's 9:15. And that's buffering like crazy. Oh, come on. I'm turning off the Wi-Fi on here. Ha, yay! Right. So I'm not going to fill out any of this. I'm just clicking next because I want to get onto my sci-fi. And it's going to buffer for ages. I've already filled out my credit card information. Now there's going to be a problem with the phone number on the next page because there always is, right? And that's that this isn't American, but for some reason it won't save it as American. Do that and then make sure that you click the guest policies, bedum, and reserve. And we have something. Not what we wanted, but we have something. While that's doing that, I'm going to get back on the phone. Going to go for 5 people again. And this time we're going to try Ogre's Cantina for the 25th. And I don't really care when we have it. I'm just going to put lunch for now. Yes! That was easier than I thought. Yay! Make dining reservations. Oh, no. But it's doing that thing. I think this phone just might not be playing. Let's try on here. What have I just put in? 26th. Right, let's go 25th. So let's go lunch. Now if sci-fi comes up, I actually might get sci-fi and then try for Ogres for the other day that we're in Hollywood Studios. Oh, there's Ogres. What's going on with sci-fi? Cute. Oh. Ha! Perfect, perfect, perfect. 105 sci-fi. Going to try for the 27th. Again, not filling out your details. I can do that later. Next. The iPhone has been more of a distraction than a help so far, hasn't it? Nothing's gone through on the iPhone today. Word to the wise. So I'm going to stick to this. 27th. Let's say lunch again. We'll go Ogres. I said lunch. Actually, there's plenty of availability, and the reason is this is later in the trip, so fewer people have been able to pick over it. I think it might be nice to go sort of mid-morning-ish, so I'm going to put 11:30. You can be quite specific with these things. There you go, 11:30. And then I wonder if it would be cheeky, because I don't have the other members of my party here with me. I wonder if it would be cheeky to see if I can book an afternoon one as well, and then ask them if they would prefer to go to the bar in the morning or the afternoon and then cancel whichever one I don't have. Perfectly fine to do that. And you might think that you're taking that reservation away from someone else, but the glory is there's people like me who check for those hard to get reservations over and over again. One of them will be delighted to see that reservation pop up. So maybe I'll do that. I'm already all floopy and uncertain over the fact that I've got Chef Mickey's instead of Topolinos. That's annoying. That's really annoying, because it was there on the phone. I should have concentrated on the laptop. Right, let me look at my book then. So I've got sci-fi for the day I wanted. I've got Ogre's Cantina. Topolino's didn't work. Chef Mickey's is on the wrong day. Beaches and cream. Let's do that, and then I might just go back and have another desperate look for Chef Mickey's and Topolino's. In fact, my beaches and cream reservation is more flexible, so I think I am. Now I've decided to go with the laptop. I can have one more look for Topolino's on the 26th, and I'm going to be more specific with times. I'm going to say 9 a.m. search times, and then I'm going to try a smaller group. No. Right, let's try 3. Yes, I can get it for 3. Oh, fantastic. 8:35, that's exactly when I want it. It might tell me now that it clashes. Cancel, yeah, it clashes with the Chef Mickey, so I'm going to cancel that. Continue. So I've only got this reservation for 3 of us, but that's the reservation I want. So I'm going to keep seeing if I can either book another reservation for 3 or if I can modify this one. And I'll do that after. Get it in the bag, do that later. So it's automatically cancelled my Chef Mickey, as you just saw. I think maybe, if that's my experience, it might be worth going back and trying Chef Mickey's the same. The problem with the Chef Mickey's one though is I did have a backup plan in that I was going to book the Grand Floridian Cafe for that day if I couldn't get Chef Mickey's. So if I do the thing where I just book for 3 and then try and modify it and it won't let me modify it, I'm going to have to decide whether to let go of the reservation for 3 for Chef Mickey's and get 6 at Grand Floridian. I think Grand Floridian Cafe would be nice. Let's try anyway. It's a long shot. So, Saturday the 22nd, I'm going to go 7 a.m. and still I've got 3 on the party. No. Right, while I'm here then, let me up that to 6. And then get the Grand Floridian. 7:55 is a little later than I would have wanted. I might try and modify it. But at the end of the day, I'm going to keep on trying to get Chef Mickey's for that first day anyway. Oh, it's put everyone's names in this time. I wonder why it did that this time and no other. Now, in the whole heat of things, I haven't been making notes on here, so I'm going to have to go back through my emails afterwards to double check exactly what times I've gotten things. Right, last one, beaches and cream. So, one of the ones we could have would be the 27th for dinner. Remember I said I'm deliberately going to try and book several of these and then cancel the ones I don't want. Cheeky, but we just don't know our plans yet. Beaches and cream. Oh, that's late though. That's too late for our beanies to be eating. Rather than put dinner, let's put 5:30, which is more the time we'd be wanting it. We don't eat at 7:30. There we go. Easy peasy. See, it's really easy to just put dinner and see what gets thrown up, but there are other times usually. Now these last 2, I have actually put 6 people, mainly because I knew they wouldn't be quite as hard to get. And it has gone through, so maybe what I heard online about getting 5 and modifying, not that important. My big regret this morning is mucking around with the phone, because I think that's lost me those Topolino Terrace reservations. So my multiple screens were a good idea until they weren't. Yay. Right, let's try another one for beaches and cream. Right. That's it. I'm done. After I turned you off a second ago, I did get a couple of extras. I got 2 T-Rex in Disney Springs reservations, both for 5 p.m, but on 2 different days so that we can choose. The same with beaches and cream. I got 2 different beaches and cream ones. Other than that, I've got pretty much everything I want. The big snag was the Topolinos Terrace, where I could only get a reservation for 3. I got a reservation for 3 at 8:35, and then there was a reservation for 3 available at 8:25, but it won't let you book 2 dining reservations simultaneously. So I went up the stairs to where Hugh is beavering away at his day job, and I got him to book the 8:25 one. So we now have 2 reservations for 3, 10 minutes apart, and I'm hoping between now and then I can either modify it to make it 6. If I'm ringing up member services, which I think I am for some other reasons, I might see if they're able to combine the 2 reservations, or simply when we get there we'll either ask for 1 big table or tables close to each other, but we'll all be in the same restaurant, and that's what matters. I didn't get Chef Mickey. I didn't think I would. Remember, I've only booked a half-hour trip because it's a split stay, so the second half of the reservations will open up next week, and I'm going to try and get Chef Mickey for our last day, but I am going to keep looking for that first day. I've got a couple more to get next week. I want to get Sanar at Animal Kingdom Lodge, which is quite tricky. And I'm also going to keep hedging my bets with beaches and cream and putting a few different days on there. Don't worry, I will cancel in good time. So that's it. I hope it's been interesting. and informative watching me panic and do that. It might seem like a bit of a pantomime, but this is what it takes to be a Disney holiday planner. And I'll see you next time. Thanks a lot. Bye.